Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to talk about doing some custom cork. Maybe not quite this crazy, but some cool stuff anyway. Y'all stick around. Okay, in the world of cork, you can buy ready-built cork. This is a rear grip, obviously with a real seat. Trigger seat fits right over here. You can buy kits from like Get Bit or Mud Hole, where you have the rear grip, the butt grip, and the butt cap. Everything's all put together for you. That's cool. You can do that stuff too. However, you can take it to the crazy level, which I have obviously, and do stuff like this. Now, this is extremely complex and time consuming, and you use a series of jigs that will cut pie shapes. This jig here cuts about an 1/8 inch thick wafer. You use these tiny little, so basically a rope saw. You cut, you glue it back together, you cut it again, you glue it back together, you cut it again. So I'll run you through this real quick just so you can see what you can do. So what I did is, you buy cork, you know, like this. It's just a 1/2 inch thick, 1/4 inch thick. You can buy different thicknesses. You can buy different, you know, colors. It's got a really nice burl to it. You can buy some of the darker cork. It's already got almost like a camo pattern in it. Some rubberized cork. This one does not have a hole in it, so this is a heavy duty piece that you would glue on the butt of your rod. Allow you to set the rod down, you don't tear up the cork. You can buy the rubberized pieces with holes in them, and I use those on the top. Just transitional kind of stuff. But something as crazy as this, what you do is you take 2 different color cork, which I had a brown. I don't actually have any more of that. I had a brown, and I had a standard cork like this, and I cut them using this jig and this saw into pie shapes, a light one and a dark one. I put it back together. I mixed the light and the dark. And the way you put these together is you slide them back together. You take a little tie wrap. You're gluing these with a wood glue, just Elmer's wood glue, or sometimes I use Gorilla Glue. And you get this, or smaller. If you use the smaller wedges, they would be twice the wedges that you put back together. And then I took this, which slices cork into thin wafers like this. This is one I put back together, and it's sliced a bunch of places. And then I just line them up, and the way you build a cork handle is, and we'll do one here in a minute, but you glue them up on, I just use a long bolt with some washers and a wing nut and some Teflon tape to keep it from sticking. And I just rotated every one as I put it back together just a bit to get that stair step in. Now that took me way too many hours to produce that. That piece of cork, this rear grip, took me probably 3 hours to make this piece, and that's real time. So y'all stick around, I'm gonna show you how to do something. Okay, today is not the crazy fancy day. We're just gonna do a basic glue up of a cork rear grip using these 1/2 inch rings, and then we're gonna do a glue up of a butt grip using also 1/2 inch, and this burl camo looking cork is pretty cool. I found it, I don't know, somewhere about 10 years ago, and bought a box of it. So here's what you need. You need a bolt. This is about a 3/16 diameter bolt. I've got wing nuts and washers, fender washers for it. I've got Elmer's wood glue, everybody has it. A small paper plate. I need a brush. And we're gonna get started. First thing you're gonna do is I'm gonna grab this wing nut and these fender washers from this bolt. And we're going to get them over here for this bolt. This is going to be the assembly mechanism for our rear grip right here. We're going to start with it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to put a fender washer on. Actually, no. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some Teflon tape and we're going to fill the threads, because the glue is going to spill out when we compress these cork rings together, and I don't want it gluing itself to the bolt. So the easy way to fix that, and you wind up reaming this stuff out anyway after the fact, is let's just put a little bit of Teflon tape, and all we're doing is covering the threads here so that the wood glue doesn't get in. I mean, it's going to have a little bit of a thread mark on it anyway, because I'm not putting it on that heavy. I just want to keep it from sticking. Because Elmer's wood glue, surprisingly enough, will stick stuff together pretty well, especially stuff you don't want stuck together. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up. We need it to be longer than our total rear grip length. And we'll still need to go about halfway up. There we go. That should do it. Okay, Teflon tape is on. First thing, fender washer. Now, we need some glue to work with. Not going to need that much, but a little bit on a plate here. Got a brush. Your first one, you're just going to slide it on all the way down to the fender washer. Then we're going to brush this glue a fairly liberal amount on your cork. And then we're just going to start adding cork. And we're going to repeat. Just get a very, very liberal. It's going to, the extra is going to squeeze out, and you'll sand it off anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you get too much. But you want to make sure you get all the cork covered. Okay, we've got all the cork that we're going to use in the rear grip on, glued. Put your other fender washer on. Get your wing nut. Get it tight. Grab a pair of pliers here to hold this one. Just tightening up. You see the glue starting to squeeze out. Work some of that excess glue off. Now this is the time you want to look at your cork, especially with these really pretty brilliant colors and character to this cork, and see if you want to adjust any of the alignment of any pieces so it lines up prettier, in your opinion. I'm just going to keep squeezing, tightening it down. All right, next thing we'll do, clean it up. Okay, this one's cleaned up. We're going to let this cure overnight, let it glue set. And when we come back, we'll start shaping it. If this is the first video you've seen on this channel, watch this video next to get caught up to where we're at. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.